to the 365 Stadium. What is not an empty match, but 365.
I'll have a 365 burger, please.
Do you want onions with that?
Sponsored by Bet365.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Camp Nou for the 6th meeting of the season of the Spanish Giants. A game that will be watched right around the globe, a collection of the finest players football can offer in 2012. And what a game in prospect. Barcelona have won 3 and drawn 2 of the 5 previous meetings this season in League and Cup. And should they avoid defeat, would create the longest unbeaten sequence, 8 in this world-renowned fixture. This is the Barcelona lineup. One interesting name in particular, Christian Teo, coming in for his Clásico debut at the age of 20. No Alexis Sanchez, while Thiago is preferred to Cesc Fabregas. Well, Terry, an immediate word on that Barcelona lineup.
I still have to say I'm very surprised that Piqué hasn't played a part, didn't play at Chelsea the other night. And I thought that was because he was being rested for this game in particular. But no room for Piqué, sticking Pep Guardiola, sticking with the central defensive lineup of Carlos Puyol and Javier Mascherano. And of course a huge leap of faith shown in young Teo.
Jose Mourinho decides that he will stick with the same 11 that lost at Bayern Munich in midweek. So the likes of Kaká, Higuaín and Marcelo, who might have thought they'd had a chance of starting this Clásico, must settle for a place on the bench.
I think the big surprise there, Kevin, is there are no surprises. Jose Mourinho has tried all different variations, different tactical setups, and trying to overcome Barcelona. But I think tonight this is his strongest 11. I think the left-back position, Contral, Marcelo is always up for grabs. But he thinks Contral is in decent form, and he feels he's the player to play in the left-back position tonight against Barcelona.
It's a big night for Fabio Contral. Terry, the Portuguese international, taking quite a bit of criticism for his performance against Bayern.
Yes, he has, and you know it's been a first season for him that hasn't gone really well. But Jose Mourinho has shown huge faith in him. He trusts him in these big games, and in particular against Barcelona. He has played right back on one occasion, but tonight he's in his more favourable left-back position. But he's still going to be a position where he's going to be under a lot of pressure. It's a huge decision from Jose Mourinho to pick him ahead of Marcelo.
The Barcelona anthem about to ring around the Camp Nou to welcome the two teams, led out by the respective captains, Spanish international teammates Carlos Puyol and Iker Casillas. And of course you can add Xabi Alonso and Sergio Ramos to the plethora of full Spanish internationals that Barcelona boasts these days. They may be about to sign another one this summer in Valencia's Jordi Alba. So many eyes will be on Lionel Messi, and of course the man who shares his fantastic La Liga total of goals this season, Cristiano Ronaldo. He and Messi, 41 goals each in the league. Barcelona fans creating a huge mosaic in the stand away on the far side, which reads, "We are and we will be." Well, what will they be at the end of tonight? A point behind or 7 behind? Or would Real Madrid, and of course they would, take a draw right now? Even though Barcelona would extend their unbeaten record in this fixture to a record 8, Jose Mourinho, Terry, would take a point right now, wouldn't he?
He certainly would, but with a fantastic atmosphere in this stadium. It's a must-win game for Barcelona. There's no doubts about that, no ifs, no buts. And the home supporters are doing their utmost to get behind their team and give them all the help that they need. This could be a lonely place tonight for a Real Madrid player. Not many travelling supporters, but their intentions are clear. This is a league title decider, and they will be up for the cause tonight.
Pep Guardiola says Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi dine apart from the rest. Tonight, they dine together in world football's finest football feast. Which one can be the most effective? Could well decide the outcome.
Yes, but I think if you're having money on any player scoring a goal, I think those two will be pretty high up the list. 41 each.
Calls for a strong referee tonight. Undiano Mayenko. This fixture's produced 9 red cards. The last 10 times they've met. A big night in his career for Senor Mayenko. Took charge of the Copa del Rey final between these two last season. Jose Mourinho's only victory in 10 attempts with Real Madrid against Barca. It'll be Real Madrid to get the game underway. This league fixture last season still lives in the memory, not of those with an association to Real Madrid, but for those who watched it, will never forget one of the great team performances of all time when Barcelona thumped Real Madrid 5-0. But they've been back here since. It's been a lot tighter. In fact, Real Madrid should have won here in the Copa del Rey second leg. Match had finished 2-2. They were the better team on the night. A game, Terry, in which they attacked Barcelona and got plenty of encouragement from it, and they're coming forward immediately here to test the defensive skills of Puyol. And whilst a draw will be good enough for them, do you expect them to attack?
Yes, I do. I think the team that Jose Mourinho has set out tonight is his most potent in terms of attacking play. He can decide upon the merits, whether it should be Benzema or Higuain, but this shape, this lineup, Ozil just behind Karim Benzema, Ronaldo, Di Maria wide, there can be no complaints for the Real Madrid fans that it's a negative setup from Jose Mourinho's side, but the tackles, Kevin, already flying in thick and fast. It's a frantic start. Neither team looking to give up any advantage to the opposition. This has got the makings of a fantastic match.
First touch in a Clásico for the youngster Teo. His heart must be beating plenty right now. It's a free kick against Mesut Ozil. Little drag back there on Busquets.
The referee's got a decision to make. I'm sure he's thought about it in his mind before the game started. When to start issuing yellow cards. It's 3 fouls in less than 2 minutes.
This is Dani Alves. I'm rather hoping, for the sake of the match, he'll keep them in his pocket. For those that are borderline, at least, he might get a better game for it. Here's Iniesta. Busquets. Back with Andres Iniesta. Trying to find the run there of Dani Alves.
No surprise to see Dani Alves in that position. Starts off in the number 2 spot, the right back spot, pretty much from there on in.
Plenty of respect between the two head coaches, but I think it's fair to say no love lost. They wouldn't be natural partners on a night out, Guardiola and Mourinho. Ozil.
Their paths have crossed so many times, haven't they, in the second season under Jose Mourinho. Pep Guardiola certainly has the better of it. Just 1 in 10 for Jose Mourinho. It just goes to show how often they play each other. When they set out to travel to the game, on Sky Plus it, and it said series link, and I thought that might be a good idea now, the amount of times they're playing each other.
They could, of course, meet in the Champions League final. They'd like to have placed themselves in a better position ahead of their second legs. Having lost the first, Barcelona to Chelsea, of course, and Real Madrid to Bayern Munich. Puyol unable to keep that in.
It's been mostly Real Madrid in the attacking half of the pitch. Barcelona haven't got that passing game going yet. And no Piqué in the lineup, which was one of the surprises, one of the reasons why I was surprised. It leaves them again lacking in real genuine height, apart from Busquets, to deal with a threat from Real Madrid on set pieces.
In by Ozil, and Valdez having to tip it over.
You see a hit of a threat already. Cristiano Ronaldo. He climbs up above Thiago. Puyol is trying to cover about 3 or 4 different players along with Busquets.
I think it actually came off the head of Puyol, but Valdez couldn't have been certain of that. I felt he needed to get a touch. Ozil across now to take this second successive Real Madrid corner. And Benzema able to guide that one. Deliberately played towards that near post area. It was Pepe actually who headed behind.
They've got 5 big players in the box, Real Madrid, and all 5 are bigger than the biggest player of Barcelona. You saw people like Dani Alves trying to pick up a man-to-man mark there, someone like Pepe. Benzema's a threat, Khedira, Sergio Ramos, Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously. And I think it's going to be a big bearing on this game. They're defending them set pieces. Barcelona will be hoping that Real Madrid don't get too many. It could be a real problem for Barcelona to defend.
Barcelona have won the last 3 league Clásicos here, including that famous 5-0 win in the corresponding fixture last season. Interesting.
Not sure why Thiago was centre back there.
Victor Valdez with a long punt forward. And stolen here by Dani Alves. Great goalkeeping by Casillas. So quick off his line there, Iker Casillas, and he needed to be.
There's no room for error whatsoever. 6 minutes into the game, Dani Alves, Iker Casillas. Perfect goalkeeping from the Real Madrid shot stopper. Right on the edge of the box. He doesn't handle it outside the box.
Alves. Ronaldo protected that beautifully. Pass is cut out tidily by Mascherano. Busquets. Iniesta. Messi. Now Dani Alves. Messi wants it again, where he is so dangerous. Leo Messi can't get the pass beyond Arbeloa. And Messi's foul.
It's the first time that Messi has really played a part in the game. Ultimately it ends in the infringement against him for the push on Angel Di Maria.
Takes a record Messi into this Clásico of 13 goals in 18 games against Real Madrid. Play on, says the referee. Benzema can't link with Ozil.
No goals in his last 3 though for Lionel Messi against Real Madrid. Hasn't had any effect on the results though. They've been favourable for Barcelona.
Dani Alves offside. Might be worth another look.
I'll tell you what, they're defending a very, very high line. I'm looking for obvious tactics. When the ball's played, we're talking inches there. And that's a risk. It's a high-risk strategy from Jose Mourinho, the Real Madrid back four. That's the obvious tactic from me so far. Real Madrid are adopting is defending the high line right up as close to the halfway line as possible, trying to play offside.
There's no question Real Madrid have got a tougher run-in on paper. 4 games left of the season after this weekend. Real Madrid have still got Sevilla to play at home, been in good form of late. And also the one fixture I think that Barcelona are really honing in their quest to overhaul Mourinho's side, Real Madrid's trip to Athletic Bilbao. But there's no margin for error for Barca. They have to reduce this gap to a point, otherwise surely the title will return to the Bernabeu. Ramos not receiving any handshake there from Dani Alves. Wonder how much sleep Mourinho and Guardiola got last night. Not much. Don't think Guardiola gets more than about 4 or 5 hours a night. He has football on the brain 24/7. Has been some talk that if he does leave Barcelona at the end of the season, he's still not committed to a new deal yet, but he might actually take a year out. So exhausted has he been at times in this is 4th season in charge, which has brought the title every year so far. Here's Ronaldo. Good covering from Thiago. A bit of space now for Iniesta. Poor pass, rare poor pass from Andres Iniesta. Flag stays down here. This is Benzema. Struck it well, and Valdez right behind it.
And that's when you do have a real chance of breaking against Barcelona. Now, untidy in possession. You saw Iniesta give the ball away there. There's gaps in the defence. The defence is not set up. You can go right through to the heart of the defence, try and get an attempt on goal. It's exactly what we saw Chelsea do the other night. They very rarely give the ball away, but when they are, it's susceptible to real danger.
Dani Alves. Here's Messi. A little flick from Iniesta, trying to send it goalwards, or maybe just cushion it down so he could get more of a sight of Casillas' goal.
Yeah, I don't think that's a shot on goal from Iniesta. He's not the pass to control, he tries to improvise. Not really much unfortunate for Barcelona, he's about drifted over the top of Casillas.
Real Madrid have found a real mental strength this season under Mourinho. Several times the league leaders have had to dig deep, get results when they've not always been at their best, always a sign of a title-winning team. And this is the ultimate challenge. Messi. Xavi. Free kick has gone against Ramos. Barcelona looking to take it quickly, and the referee deciding he wants it returning here, much to the frustration of Barcelona. Dani Alves was away there.
I can't understand why the referee is making Barcelona take the free kick again. And this is going to take action against Sergio Ramos. And there's two players there, genuine attempt to try and win the ball. The free kick is given. If Barcelona wish to put the hand on the ball quick and take it quickly, they should be allowed to do so.
Somewhat harsh free kick for me against Ramos. Poor Messi free kick. Mascherano. Iniesta. Oh, lovely pass. They may be in here, Barcelona. Great chance. Good save by Casillas, but the flag was up. Ball's in the net, but Teo was flagged offside, but showed plenty of composure and skill to get a good sight of Casillas' goal.
And most importantly, pace, but it's the correct decision. You see that high line from Real Madrid, it wasn't 100% tidy. It's Teo there. Pretty much his introduction into this match so far. It's been relatively quiet. That's what he can do. Searing pace.
Offside now against Ronaldo from the Benzema header. Cristiano Ronaldo has taken his game to new heights this season. Still providing terrific tally of goals himself, but is improved by a measure, Terry, in terms of his all-round team play, and his assists testify to that.
Both players having fantastic seasons. The teams do rely on them so much.
There's Iniesta, Messi trying to dance his way clear. Thiago. Barcelona wanting a free kick for the challenge on Messi. Referee says no. Here's Özil. Ronaldo. And was he caught there by Busquets? The referee decides that he was. Barcelona still arguing about the challenge on Messi a moment or two back. Yellow card for Busquets. So the referee had to be absolutely certain there was contact. I think there was.
It looks like there's a tangle of legs. He tries to pull out the way, I think. Was it intentional? I think he's doing a real good job of trying to disguise the fact that it probably was.
That's a very early yellow card for Sergio Busquets to receive after quarter of an hour in by Xabi Alonso. Di Maria strikes, deflects away for a Real Madrid corner. Jose Mourinho's side just one goal away from creating a new La Liga record for goals in a season. They're currently level with the John Toshak team of 89-90 on 107. Victor Valdez coming out there, not getting there, and a goal! Real Madrid in front, and it's Sami Khedira! An unlikely goal scorer, and in many ways an unlikely goal. Barcelona just failed to deal with the corner.
You can see Victor Valdez is too reliant, trying to help out his small defensive unit. He knows he's got extra responsibility placed against him. He goes for a cross at the far post, and he probably normally wouldn't do so. Pepe knocks it down. Valdez not in a position to try and deal with it sufficiently. He spills it. Khedira's on hand. It's a tap-in. An absolutely massive goal for Real Madrid. I said there'd be a threat from set pieces, and I still believe it possibly is a mistake for Guardiola not to have Piqué at the heart of his defence tonight.
Just felt that Carlos Puyol might have stuck a right boot behind the clearance. It seemed as though he wanted to get control before getting it away. Just didn't have that amount of time, and Khedira pounced.
I just think that Valdez knows that his team are lacking height, and he tries to deal with something there. He's stepping in towards the wrong direction. Once he realises he couldn't get the initial cross into the box, he was caught in no man's land, really. First blood to Real Madrid. And that will really give them a boost.
Busquets. Haven't spent any time so far talking about what the effects of tiredness might bring to this match late on. So many games, so many high pressure ones. Well, the pressure is most certainly on Barcelona now. That's a sloppy pass. Busquets, the offender. Di Maria not able to make any significant progress into that Barcelona penalty area. Not cleared their heads yet, they're the home side. Iniesta, Dani Alves looking to make the run, trying to stay onside. This is Messi. Almost got it through to feed a beautifully timed run from Iniesta. Here's Puyol. Iniesta. Away by Arbeloa.
See if that will liven up Barcelona, I think. Truth be known, I don't think they've been fluent tonight. Their usual passing game, too many misplaced passes. Guardiola has adopted the three at the back system. Adriano on the left, Mascherano in the middle, Puyol on the right. Dani Alves. Let's not kid ourselves, he's playing right wing at the moment. Has been for the opening 20 minutes of this match.
Well, Barcelona were not at their best against Chelsea in midweek, yet they still carved out 5 or 6 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. They must have returned home on the plane shaking their heads that they didn't win that match. Well, they can't be as profligate tonight in front of goal, otherwise surely the title race is over.
So Teo striking from distance, but Casillas comfortably has it covered. The pressure was on Barcelona before kick-off, and now that has steadily risen.
Benzema fancies it against Puyol, taken on by Ronaldo. Just the wrong option for the position he found himself in there. This little one teased in with slightly more power on it.
Good link-up play, good hold-up play by Benzema. Managed to find Ronaldo with a pass. Guessing he was shooting for goal there. They're getting plenty of white shirts forward. It's not a team that's set up to be defensively. I think Jose Mourinho must take credit for that. It's paying off at the moment.
Iniesta. Messi. Xavi just unable to get them under control as Ramos snipped in quickly. Busquets. Xavi Hernandez for Thiago. Adriano. Teo. Xavi. Dani Alves. Messi. No, that here will be read easily. Coming up to the midway point of the first half. It's been a perfect 22 minutes or so for Real Madrid. Just the one moment of alarm really for them when Dani Alves burst into the clear, only to be denied by Casillas.
And now beginning to dominate possession. He's been a little bit untidy on 1 or 2 touches around the edge of the box. Real Madrid plugging all the gaps and covering the runs off the ball from the Barcelona players. As you said, just a 1-through ball for Dani Alves to chase. Teo was offside and his shot resulted in a save from Casillas.
It's been a Herculean effort from Barcelona to narrow the gap from 10 points to 4. 11 successive wins under their belts. They need that man more than ever tonight. Xavi. Messi disappointed the pass didn't arrive at his feet, at least in front of him, and he had made a good run, but for once Xavi's pass good enough.
I think that's been the story so far for Barcelona in the final third of the pitch.
Can't underestimate Terry, though, for all the world-class talent we've got out here, how difficult it is to play at the top of your game when you look at the two Champions League semi-finals and in between this Clasico for the players of these teams. Xabi Alonso is going to be penalised for the challenge on Dani Alves.
It's quite a bad challenge in all fairness. Studs across the ankle, and that should be a yellow card. And I think that's where the referee has to watch things, don't get out of control. Players then are not sure what they can and can't get away with.
Well, he immediately shrugged as if the challenge had been much ado about nothing, Xabi Alonso. He must have been fearing if the referee had seen what we saw in the replay, it most certainly would have been a card of some colour.
You saw the challenge of Busquets, which was nowhere near as serious as that. Pick up a yellow card, and Xabi Alonso can consider himself to be very, very lucky there. It's a big part of his game as well, making those challenges in midfield.
Same applies to Busquets, of course. He is carrying that yellow. Iniesta. Barcelona used the full extremity of this huge Camp Nou pitch, averaging 4 goals a game in the league at home this season. Pass is too hot to handle for Messi, driven, snapped into him by Dani Alves. Contrao. It's Thiago. Xavi. Once again, you can see the picture there, no orthodox centre forward, but suddenly it's Xavi popping up there and missing. Claiming a deflection off Iker Casillas, but a huge chance for Xavi.
It was quite comical defending from Real Madrid. As soon as Messi receives the ball, my estimate is that about 5 white shirts converge on Lionel Messi, and it leaves Xavi in so much space. He had so much time, probably too much time, to think about the chance. And the least he has to do is hit the target. He should be scoring there. Barcelona should be back on level terms.
Mascherano. Xavi Hernandez enjoying his best season ever for goals. 14 in all, 10 of them have come in the league. He's looking to be the furthest man forward again there. Contrao kept his place ahead of Marcelo for this Clasico. Had a few problems against Bayern Munich in midweek, the Portuguese left back. Here's Thiago. Iniesta, who's seen the ball as much as anyone in the opening 28 minutes. Messi. Looking for Teo, it's a lovely run from the youngster. Got away there from Arbeloa. Still Teo.
Smashing Decent defending from Arbeloa. Up against real pace. It's a good source of supply for Barcelona. Out wide on the left, the pace of Teo.
Di Maria, good ball to Benzema. Ronaldo wanting it released through the middle. Benzema decides to hang on. Might prove to be a good option because Real Madrid are getting more white shirts forward here in support of Özil. Ronaldo did very well to control that. Pepe. Bit of frustration on the Real Madrid bench as Pepe gave away cheap possession there.
The first time they'd had the ball for a considerable amount of time. Real Madrid in possession and needlessly given away by Pepe. They can afford to be a lot more patient than that. I'm just wondering whether it's a concern for Guardiola if Messi, sort of paranoia there from the Real Madrid players to surround him when he was in possession of the ball. It must be a concern for Guardiola. Who else is going to pop up with the goals if Messi is so heavily marked?
Khedira feeding the run here of Ronaldo. He's got Puyol isolated. It's worth a try.
It's worth a try. We've seen him score from this angle and this distance, but he did have 2 or 3 players that had made a real big effort to get up alongside him. He didn't really get his head up. He wasn't aware of the support runs from Benzema, Di Maria and Özil.
Dani Alves offering genuine width again on the right. Messi has designs on moving it left. Down goes Xavi. Referee not showing any sympathy to him.
Look at the list of scorers of Barcelona tonight. League goals, Messi 41, and after that you're looking at Xavi's the next highest tonight. And Fabregas, Alexis Sanchez, who have been amongst the goals this season. Compare it with Real Madrid's. Ronaldo at 41, but Benzema's weighed in. A lot of goals this year, 18 league goals. Of course, no Gonzalo Higuain tonight, but
Iniesta, Messi. Offside against Dani Alves. Pep Guardiola's Barcelona have set a record for goals this season, the most in the club's history in all competitions. But Sami Khedira's goal has taken Real Madrid to a new La Liga and of course club record, 108 league goals this season. Fantastic return.
it's just the issue when Messi drops deep or drops into a wide position. Who's going to fill in that centre-forward role and be able to come up with the goals?
Well, the player who was doing that so adroitly for 2/3 of the season is only a substitute tonight, Cesc Fabregas. Had a great understanding with Messi. Certainly a close look at their respective players after the rigours of the Champions League in midweek. Who was going to be right, who was going to be most focused for this huge game. And so far, Real Madrid are frustrating Barcelona and heading towards their first title in 2008. Can't be decided tonight, but all but will be if Real Madrid hold or improve what they have. Trying to force Valdez to kick long here. Barcelona still believing in their ability to play it out to feet, and they succeed. Here's Iniesta, Teo. Back with Iniesta. One or two sighs around the Camp Nou as the Iniesta pass goes astray.
At times tonight, the Barcelona players in that area of the pitch haven't been on the same wavelength. Misplaced passes, misunderstandings with fellow teammates, with runs off the ball. It's a smashing position for Real Madrid to be in 4 points ahead, 1-0 ahead. They can now play counter-attack football. They're quite prepared to let Barcelona have the possession. We saw that on the stats. Most importantly, they've got that 1-goal lead.
Here's Messi. Mascherano. Carlos Puyol. Adriano. Thiago. Little slip there from Messi, there's no foul. But there is one there from Dani Alves.
There's a clear slip there from Messi. Not too much of a foul there, I don't think, from Dani Alves. Ramos falls onto the floor, uses his hands to control the ball, and forces the referee to make a decision.
Bit of a risk there from Adriano, just felt he could have left that for Victor Valdez. Took a wild swipe at the ball on the volley. Messi. Iniesta, Teo is wide. Back with Iniesta. Xavi. Thiago. It was well set up. Just snatched at the chance. Thiago Alcantara.
Yes, I thought he could have kept the play moving there, kept the attack moving. A quick passing around the edge of the box, the space didn't really open up. And there has to be some shot from that distance to beat Casillas.
We should remind ourselves that Real Madrid led the league fixture at the Bernabeu back in December and led it very early. A goal after a little over 20 seconds from Benzema. Took somewhat longer for them to take the lead here at the Camp Nou. 17th minute, Sami Khedira pouncing on a mistake by Barcelona from a corner. Valdez and Puyol both culpable. Barcelona have enjoyed their usual huge slice of possession, nothing to show for it yet. Here's Teo, seen out quite comfortably by Arbeloa. Good experience there from Alvaro Arbeloa.
If the space is there, Teo has to attack it. Arbeloa just about gets away with that. If there'd been another 4 or 5 yards of pitch for Teo to run into, that might have been a decision the referee had to make. I'm not so sure that Barcelona have used that asset enough in the first half.
Free kick against Contrao. Rather surprised at the referee's whistle here. Not sure I could see too much wrong with that.
So many misplaced passes, hasn't there, from Barcelona? We're not used to seeing that. And playing under pressure. Real Madrid are putting them under pressure whenever Barcelona are in possession. The passing isn't as sharp, isn't as crisp, isn't as accurate as we normally expect to see from Barcelona.
Bit of a slice that from Contrao. Another Barcelona pass doesn't find its target, this time via Adriano, whose strong challenge wins possession back though. Messi for Dani Alves. Away by Ramos, only as far as Thiago. Can't find Teo. Busquets. Alves. Good block from Contrao. Into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Mascherano. Dani Alves. Shown the outside route by Contrao. Pass only deflects away off Xabi Alonso. Here's Ronaldo. He's done well. It's good cover from Busquets. Adriano. Teo. Again, it's another good pass for him. This is Messi. Xavi. Dani Alves looks offside there. It was a good Barcelona move, and significantly it had more zip to the passing and accuracy.
Exactly, at their best. In attacking situations like that, now breathtaking. One-touch passing, movement off the ball. And Messi quite rightly adjusts to be in an offside position. That was more promising from Barcelona. Ask more questions of the Real Madrid defence. Again, particularly that ball in behind Arbeloa for Teo to chase. Instigated that attack.
Time out here for Andres Iniesta, who's not lost, incidentally, in his last 55 appearances in the league. And the good news for those with an allegiance to Barcelona, he's back on his feet and okay. Well, even against arguably the second best team in world football, Barcelona have had 71% of possession in this first half. And it's going to be another yellow card here. Wouldn't we have known it?
He can count himself unlucky. That's his first foul. I think has been his behaviour so far. I'm not his greatest fan by any means. No, it's not as bad as Xabi Alonso. There's probably been 2 or 3 fouls from Sergio Ramos. I think Pepe's reputation goes before him there. That's a first, isn't it? Me defending Pepe.
Yes, I'll make a note of that, Terry. Here's Xavi. Adriano. Teo. Iniesta. Oh, good pressing on Andres Iniesta, and Ozil has hurdled his challenge. They've got a 3-on-3 here. Mesut Ozil trying to feed Benzema. It's a vital interception from Mascherano. Well, they're as good as it gets, Real Madrid, on counter-attacks. How well Ozil did there until the final pass, as the heavens open here at the Camp Nou, and how.
We get Barcelona guilty of giving the possession away against a good team like Real Madrid. Straight away and attacking you. Fantastic speed, and that's probably a wasted opportunity from Mesut Ozil. A little bit too casual in his approach, wasn't he, in the decisive moment when he had to pick a pass out.
Well, Barcelona routinely heavily water the pitch to suit their style. From a natural source, it's going to get another dousing now in the minutes up to half-time. Another loose pass from Iniesta. I think I've seen more loose passes from him tonight than in the rest of the season put together.
Yep, I think Pep Guardiola's got some huge decisions to make at half-time. I think Iniesta, they need to try and get him back into the centre midfield role. I think they need to try and get Alexis Sanchez on. So many times Barcelona have attacked tonight, there's been no one in an attacking position to get on the end of an attack. Real Madrid growing in belief, with confidence.
Well, decision's gone against Ronaldo, but he did really well there to engage three Barcelona players in first half stoppage time, running the clock down. Barcelona's last chance, it would seem, to get themselves level by the break. Messi. Teo. He's overdone it there. That'll be just about it for the first half. Full of energy, full of interest. And Real Madrid's half, not in terms of the amount of ball they've had, but that's not always important. What is, and what is crucial at the moment, is Sami Khedira's goal in the 17th minute. A rare goal, an unlikely source, after Barcelona failed to deal with a corner. Half-time, Terry, it's Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 1.
It's an absolutely crucial goal. Quite rightly said, Kevin, from an unlikely source. But the source of the goal was always going to be a threat to me. The set pieces, the lack of height amongst the Barcelona defenders. They can cope with it in open play. But I think set pieces, they're just outnumbered far too heavily in the favour of Real Madrid. There's too much aerial threat. I think Victor Valdez is at fault, Carlos Puyol may be at fault. I think both players were guilty of trying to cover up any deficiencies in that area of the play for Barcelona.
You talked about Pep Guardiola making a change at half-time, might be even more than one, but you mentioned getting Alexis on. Where would he make that switch, do you feel?
Well, I think